Customers often ask us if Pixie Cup is FDA approved. In this video, I will cover what exactly it means to be FDA approved and whether or not we at Pixie Cup are FDA approved. The Food and Drug Administration is responsible for telling us which food, prescription drugs, and medical devices are safe to use. While it's safe to say that we would all think that anything that's FDA approved means that it's been through rigorous testing, this isn't always the case. I am going to jump in and let you know how the FDA approves products and what types of products are usually subject to approval. First, you might be wondering, what exactly does it mean to be FDA approved? FDA approval occurs when a company submits their product to the FDA via tons and tons of paperwork. The FDA then checks out the concept, the manufacturing, and exactly what your product is intended for, and they do a series of testing to see if they are going to pass off on your product. So in a nutshell, to be FDA approved means that the FDA has determined that the benefits of your product outweigh the known risks. This is done by looking over the paperwork that you submitted, and you also do have to submit the results of any clinical trials that you have done with the product in order to be FDA approved. The Food and Drug Administration regulates the safety of prescription drugs for humans and animals, over-the-counter drugs, biologics, for example, vaccines, blood products, biotechnology products, dietary supplements, medical devices, everything from menstrual cups to pacemakers, surgical implants, food additives, cosmetics, products that give off radiation like x-rays and microwave ovens, tobacco products, and infant formula. What about menstrual cups? The FDA does allow you to piggyback off of a concept if you can prove that your product does the same as a competitor's, and as long as the manufacturing, packaging, and ingredients are FDA approved. This is called FDA cleared. Most menstrual cups are FDA cleared. However, fun fact, there are no menstrual cups on the market that have been officially FDA approved. As the rise for health and wellness goes up, a lot of women are demanding to know exactly what goes in their tampons and pads and the things that we put inside of our bodies. Unfortunately, the FDA does not require companies that create tampons and pads to fully disclose exactly what goes into those products. There is a current bill that we are hoping to get passed that will give us more transparency for these products, but currently there is no regulation. So I am going to go over a couple of things that are currently found in tampons and pads that are known to be harmful to our bodies. Some of the chemicals found in tampons and pads are pesticide residues that are linked to cancer, dioxins and furans that are linked to cancer, hormone disruption, and reproductive toxicity, undisclosed fragrance chemicals that are linked to skin irritation and other long-term health problems, among many other chemicals. So as you can see, it's super frustrating as a woman to not know exactly what's going in our body, and for there not to be some kind of warning or label that tells us before we put these things into our body that it could potentially be harmful. You might be wondering if we are FDA approved at Pixie Cup. Like I mentioned before, there are currently no menstrual cups on the market that are FDA approved. However, we use a medical grade silicone that is FDA approved. So the material that goes into making our cup is FDA approved, and we do produce our product in FDA approved facilities. So we are very safe. Our product is very high quality, and you don't have to worry about any issues as far as that goes. Once I found out what was actually in the tampons that I was using, I got really freaked out because if you're anything like me, you don't want chemicals in your body and you don't want anything that's going to disrupt your hormones because we all know that they're already tricky as is. So if you're anything like me, it is the perfect time to try a menstrual cup. I've been using mine for 4 years now, almost 5. And I can honestly say it is completely life-changing. You're not putting chemicals in your body, you are lessening your waste, it's reusable, you can use the same cup for 10 years. I could go on and on and on about the benefits. I know for sure that you will love it if you make the switch. We are so sure that you're going to love your Pixie Cup that we do have a 100% happiness guarantee that states if for any reason you don't love your cup, we are happy to give you a refund or switch out your current cup for a cup that might be a better fit. As always, if you have any questions regarding the topic of this video or any questions regarding your cup, please shoot us a DM or a comment and we'd be happy to get back to you.